I mean, simplest takeaways from today simply were, obviously, the Giants are good. They're good. Somehow they are. Through 6 weeks, quarter way through the season, they're 5-1. So what was that? Buffalo, good job.
Here comes Allen with the keep and the leap. Oh, what a run. He just does things that can't. I've been waiting for the quarterback power on quarterback sneak, quarterback run.
Now, the Arizona Cardinals, and that is where I am on top of the Super Bowl 57 played. That team just made a trade. We kind of knew Robbie Anderson was going somewhere after yesterday, Ian.
Sources say Robbie Anderson, the now former Carolina Panthers receiver, is headed to the Arizona Cardinals. The deal just struck in the last couple minutes, and you mentioned it. Robbie Anderson has been shopped by the Panthers really over the course of the last couple of weeks. He's on the same page with that as well. So all parties are kind of moving forward, knowing that this was not going to be a long-term thing. And after the sideline dispute yesterday, they saw some reports, the interim head coach send Robbie Anderson to the locker room. Today was the day. It ended up happening.
And with that, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to NFL. Like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got the Week 6 NFL Sunday recap. And yeah, this was a pretty good week of football. I wouldn't say it was the greatest. Obviously, some crazy upsets, some crazy games overall. But yeah, former NFL player Antonio Denard killed in a Pennsylvania shooting. That's awful. Awful. Obviously, there's reactions to it. I hope we can get. That's just awful. Christian McCaffrey, of course, traded Justin Hastings. He'll get traded soon, of course. They already traded Robbie Anderson because, again, Robbie Anderson does not want to play there. He'll be with the Cardinals. So they could have Robbie Anderson. He might play. I don't know if he will, though. I really don't know. Marquise Brown, Andy Hop, like, that's insane. They've got a pretty good receiving core there. That's what I got there. Yeah, and now let's start out in Cleveland, where a pretty interesting game.
From Cleveland, Ohio, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Fake to Chubb. It's Brissett. Chased by Wise. Downfield. Intercepted. Picked off by Duggar. Downfield. And what a catch made by Parker. It's 3rd and goal. Zappi got away to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. And he stays that way with a 19-yarder. So the defensive Cleveland field goal try by rookie Cade York. And he got it to go last week. He missed a 54-yarder with about 60 Lions last week. 2nd and 15. Oh, he was hit coming around the edge. Garrett got it. Ball is loose. Now the question is fumble or incomplete pass.
Chopping him on the other side.
They're down 10. Stevenson looking for a block. He got it from Myers, and there he goes. Kiss him goodbye. That is a touchdown. Bullseye.
Football game and are in position to move forward.
2nd down 9. Nice catch downfield. Smith, and he breaks a tackle. Jonnu Smith on the move. Chased by Emerson. Zappi's got the ball. Cannon the block. Touchdown. 3rd down and 9. Going deep and looking for Schwartz. And picked off on the play was a yin out. Since beginning with New England in a 1st and 10. Hit from behind. It's intercepted by Mills. They were going for Njoku. And he's looking for a nice block and he cuts. Eric Mangini, 3rd and 1. And he's right on the screws and here they go. And that is a touchdown. Missed a potential game leading kick last week, and he drills this through. He was holding his Bailey. Cardona will snap, and he misses wide right after 64. And to Brissett going deep, and caught. Secondary. 4th and 5. Brissett into the end zone, and Cooper caught it. Touchdown! What a catch! Brissett. Pocket crumbling. Looking. Hit. and incomplete. It's onside kick. 1 of 16. Oh, and the Browns got it! The Browns have got the ball! It's at end over end. Those were tough to catch. And dropped! And that's why. End over end retrieved by Schooler. Tough possession they just had. Win the right tackle. That's a jet sweep. And that is a touchdown.
And the Browns are going to have to get healthy as quickly as they can.
That ball came in and picked up on the play. Grabbed by the big man Davis. Stiff-arming his way to the tail. And the driving block inside. Owenu leads the way and opens the door. And Stevenson is in for 6.
And in New England, not New England, Cleveland, the Browns, they won 38-5. They lost 38-15 to the Patriots. Patriots, they were up. They controlled this game really well. Defensively, they played phenomenal. But again, it was a lot of control, ball control. They really put it on in the fourth quarter. 30-15, blow up, 23-point win for them. Bailey Zappi, really good game. A lot of shotgun, a lot of single back, a lot of play action, like what I said there. 24-34, 3-19 touchdown. He really got the job done. They didn't run the ball particularly well particularly well, whatever. But Reminder Stevenson got it done on that 38-yard touchdown and the red zone. He had 2 touchdowns. Tyler Thornton also had a nice touchdown on the ground as well. Devontae Parker, he's their big play receiver. Hunter Henry had a nice touchdown. Jonathan Smith had one massive play. Jacoby Myers really productive. 4 for 60 is a pretty decent game for him. Other than that, no one really did much other than that, so that's a little concerning. Obviously, with Nelson Aguilar, but they had a good game. Defensively, they were awesome. Kyle Duggar had 6 tackles and an interception. They really limited him there. Jalen Mills, big interception, really took advantage of that play. Matt Judon had 4 tackles, got a lot of pressure as well. Dedrick Wise had 1 of their 3 sacks. Mac Wilson and Freddie Jenkins both got pressure on that sack. Devon Gotcha really wasn't his play, but he had some good penetration for that sack as well. Nick Folk shanked the field goal, and that's really all he got for the Patriots. For the Browns, Jacoby Brissett was not great. 20-45, 266 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Missed a lot of big throws. Really was bad down the field. They didn't run the ball enough, but again, I don't think they really had a chance to because they got down right quick. Receiving wise, Donovan Jones definitely the best receiver. Amari Cooper didn't get open enough, but he did have a nice touchdown on 4th down. David Njoku, pretty productive game. I don't think he saw any of his catches, but he had a pretty good game. He blocked well as well. Defensively, Marin Emerson got absolutely toasted. Grant Delpit didn't play well. Jacob Phillips was not good in the run game, especially in the red zone, but he had some pretty good gap control. Myles Garrett was awesome, had 2 sacks. Other than that, really, this defense just stunk it up, being completely honest there. Of course, with the stats, Patriots outgained them. It was actually a pretty even game in all of that, but I don't think rushing yards went to them. Really big plays were a big part of this game. Bad tackling, that's really what you got there. Obviously, the Patriots were a lot more efficient. And they had a lot more possession as well. Limited the Browns' ability to run the football, and when you can do that, it's I wouldn't say it's easy to beat them, but when you can have 35 minutes possession, it's a lot easier to win against the Browns. Let's get right to the keys to the game grades, though. And for this Patriots offensive, run the ball 30-plus times from Ryan Stevenson. They didn't get quite to that, but they ran it a lot with him. And Pierre Jones Jr., they should have got the ball to him, actually, I think so, but they didn't. The QB has to be able to hit the crossing routes on play action and shotgun, and have the tight end run some type of vertical route. Yup, they did that really well. Perfect there. The O-line needs to create some more space with the quarterback in the pocket. Absolutely. Offensively, 3 pluses. The reason I'm not giving them more than that is obviously because they got a lot of help from their defense, but they played a really good game. Patriots defense, though, physical presence when hitting receivers, yup. Hit Nick Chubb low and early, not really. They didn't play well against Nick Chubb. Using edge rushers as screens for the middle linebackers to clean up the gaps, to manipulate the zones that the offensive linemen of the Browns run. So they really did actually manipulate us more in pass pro, though, so I gotta admit, if your Patriots defense played really well, I'll give them 3 pluses. The reason I'm not giving 5 or 10 or 7 is because they didn't play great in the red zone. They didn't play particularly well in the red zone. But they played well enough to win, obviously. But they had a pretty good game. Let's get to the Browns. So this Browns offense, they were able to move the football, but and again, they weren't particularly terrible overall, but Jacoby had a couple god-awful throws. Some of them weren't picked, some of them were. Run game that has to continue to dominate. Yeah, they didn't do it enough, though. And get the ball any which way to Anthony Schwartz consistently when he gets looks. He didn't get any looks, and I don't think he's playing well right now, being completely honest with you. Obviously, he's not getting a lot of snaps either, because I don't think he's playing well in practice either. All I got there is, I gotta give them 3 minuses. I actually think they may have moved the football well, but again, they weren't able to run the ball like they wanted to, and they had 4 turnovers. Like particularly 4 turnovers is just not good. Sorry, I'm saying particularly a lot. I just want to learn the word. For this Browns defense, though, don't get dominated up front like last week. 3+ pressures per quarter, no. And that Myles Garrett has to get off the tackle and use the guard as a way to split the protection. Did that well. Defensively, I actually don't think they played the worst game, but I got them minus because again, they didn't force enough turnovers. They were on the field way too long. Let's get to the Bengals and Saints.
The New Orleans Saints are playing a 3rd consecutive home game. Cincinnati on the road for the 4th time in 5 weeks. Booming kick sends him back inside his own 10. Taylor up the right side. Lost the football. Covered at about the 32. Now he throws the slant into the end zone. And touchdown, Traquan Smith. Burrow pulls it down, the quick pass underneath to mix it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And then now since Jameis Winston has been hurt, now he spends most of his time in the quarterback room as a quarterback.
This is Rashid Shaheed, and Shaheed breaking inside the 10 to the 5.
They've been pretty much silent for most of this first half.
Will Lutz from 35 yards is good. Trying to elude the pressure, and now he's going to take off and run it. He'll have a first down, he'll have a touchdown. That kick perfect.
There's a little bit momentum, but a nice job of standing tough and forcing the field goal.
Will Lutz from 37. Burrow, end zone, touchdown.
Drive has stalled. The Saints have been
Under pressure. Circling back, looking for receivers, gonna throw it right in the middle of the field. He finds Tyler Boyd. 2nd and 17, under pressure again, and going down. Burrow throwing this side of the field. Jamar Chase with the catch, and up the sideline, and there he goes. Jamar Chase to the end zone for the touchdown. Dalton gonna go very deep down the sideline. It is incomplete. Fans are looking for a flag. There are no flags.
And the Bengals, yeah, they were going to come out with a big 30-26 win over the Saints. They now go to 3-3, huge bounce-back win for them. The Saints scores 2-4. They've had a frustrating year so far. Joe Burrow looked pretty good. I mean, first quarter, he held on the ball way too long. A lot of the short routes he was passing up. Again, it kind of paid off towards the end, but he's really got to hit those throws more often. 28-37, 303 touchdowns, pretty darn good game. They didn't run the ball at all, and I think that's just the fact that they were down for most of this game as well, though. They didn't run the ball at all in the second half whatsoever. But yeah, Joe Mixon, he got so many carries to start the season, didn't really work out. I think this offensive line is finding their space. But yeah, Jamar Chase was awesome, 7 for 132, 2 touchdowns. He was really good. Tyler Boyd, not getting downfield as much, but he's still getting open in the middle, which is huge. 6 for 66. T. Higgins really that underneath and jump ball receiver is really showing up. 6 for 47. Joe Mixon had a very good game in the receiving. Big receiver, 4 for 23 and touchdown. Really set the tone early that he's going to get the ball, and they had to start focusing on him in the Saints. Jermaine Pratt, really good game. Had a lot of big tackles in the red zone, like a ton of big tackles. Sam Hubbard got so much pressure. I think he had like 5 pressures. He was really good. B.J. Hill, yeah, he only had half a sack, but I mean, he got it done. Of course, with DJ Reader out, it's really hard for him to do a lot. Trey Hendrickson, he had a big, I don't think he had a sack, but he had a big forced fumble on Danny Dalton. He was fantastic on that play. Other than that, didn't really get to watch a lot of him. Mike Hillen, same thing as him. Trey Flowers, exact same thing. Didn't really get to watch a lot of these guys. Of course, I watched Eli Apples every game. Apples. He did not look like an apple on a tree, so yeah, that's pretty good. Jesse Bates was okay. I mean, he hasn't been really that good this year. Kicking-wise, I mean, special teams, I don't think it was that bad. Oh, yeah, Trent Taylor had an awful muff, though. Saints, Andy Dalton got it done. 17 of 32, 262 touchdown. I don't think they used Taysom Hill enough, though. Rashid Shaheed had a crazy touchdown on a pitch thing, what I don't even know what to call it. Really good innovation by their offensive coordinator. I think it's Pete Carmichael. They ran the ball really well as well, too. Traquan Smith, I mean, not much else you can ask. He's a red zone threat, 3 for 43 touchdowns. Typical game for him. Juwan Johnson can be your leading receiver, though, and Alvin Kamara should have got more touches in space. He didn't really get that, but he was really in the run game. I mean, Keith Kirkwood got it done. I mean, that's what you expect. But, again, Marcus Callaway was not good enough, and I don't even think who the heck was else? I don't think they have their other receiver, too. Oh, yeah, Deontay Hardy's out. That's huge. He's their deep threat. Defensively, Chris Harris was actually pretty good. He had 8 tackles. Obviously, this dude's an older man. He's 33. He's been a vet. But, yeah, He had a pretty good game. 8 tackles, really good in the red zone as well. Demar Davis, 2 sacks, had a lot of blitzes, made a lot of plays. Pete Warner is very, very, very good. He's been really good this season and last season. Caden Ellis had a sack, not great, but got it done. Tyrann Mathieu and, where the heck is it? Daniel Sorensen were pretty bad. Daniel Sorensen, of course, gave up that big play to Jamar Chase. Yeah, they did not play well. Zach Bond didn't have a tackle. That's a little concerning. But other than that, that's all I really got for this game. Obviously, we can go to the stats. They did not gain them if you're the Saints. They ran the ball a lot more and a lot better. They had the ball for longer. They actually outplayed them really in all facets. But again, the big plays at the end, and they were able to just throw more explosive offense. That's the reason they won this game if you're the Bengals. Let's get right to the keys of the game grade, though. And for the Bengals offense, run the ball with more volume, unlike last week. No, they didn't do that. Play action RPOs need to be more of an option in the overall play design of the short yardage passing game. They didn't really have that much. It was actually kind of non-existent at points, but they kind of got to it, and it kind of worked out. Jamar has to get downfield faster. The corners are jamming him better than ever. Yeah, he got downfield a lot. He had a really good game. Offensively, I'll give him 3 pluses because, again, they were really good in the fourth quarter. I don't think they did what they needed to do, but, again, when you can come in the fourth quarter like that and just out of nowhere start getting things going, it's really huge. Bengals defense just sacked the QB's butt. I don't think they got enough pressure. Again, that offensive line of the Saints played really well, though, keeping that in mind. But defensively, I think they got it done. I don't think they played really well, though, so that's why I'm giving an underscore. A lot of inconsistency, but some guys made big plays. Obviously, Trey Hendricks is done. That's really one of the reasons they won this game. Let's get to the Saints. And for the Who Dat Nation, take advantage of busted coverage as the Bengals linebackers will be honing in on Alvin Kamara. Not early, but they did after that. Who needs to have a big run? He had some really good runs. Produced big plays out to the numbers 15 plus yards. They could not get that going because, again, Marcus Callaway was not getting open. When he can't get open, Tre'Quan Smith is not their number 1 receiver. Juwan Johnson cannot be their number 1 option. And obviously, Deontay Hardy being on IR is bad because they have like 6 receivers, so their first 3 guys are obviously really good. Like it's a strong first 3, but their backups, they were really they have a lot of depth in the receiving core. But Keith Kirkwood he can't be getting a start. Like it just can't happen. So for the Saints, I don't think they may do what they had. I have to give them a plus. Obviously, there's more they could have done, but I think they played well. Saints defense up, big plays in crunch time will contribute to a win. Nope. 2+ interceptions to Shake Burrow. No. And played 5+ yards out of Teagan to limit jump ball opportunities. Yep, they did the only thing that I think they actually had to do right. But obviously, didn't come up in the end. 3 minuses. They held them, but they just imploded at the end of the game. You can't implode like that and expect to win games. Let's get to the next one. Really, really good game. Really unexpected too.
Two men who won a Super Bowl together in Philadelphia. Today will go head-to-head.
On the scrimmage in a hurry up.
Back on the ground with ETN. He's got a big hole. ETN off to the races in Colts territory. And he's finally brought down. 3rd down. 3rd and 9. Lawrence in trouble. Buckner's got him.
This looks like quarterback sneak to me.
Lawrence takes it in for the touchdown. Team's player of the week comes out for a 28-yard field goal attempt. And his kick is good. They give it to Hasty, the 3rd running back. And there he goes. Jermichael Hasty. All the way for a touchdown. Ryan throws left for Campbell. And Campbell reaches out. Touchdown. And his kick is good. Lawrence looking for his 2nd rushing touchdown, and he's got it. Jackson right up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and takes it in. Lawrence running the option with ETN, and he's stopped. 2nd and goal. Ryan again to the end zone. Lawrence has it. Touchdown.
Who's your focus on who you're covering?
3rd and 13, Lawrence to Jones. He's got it out of bounds.
Stop the run.
Lawrence throws, end zone, touchdown! Rowan taking a deep shot for Pierce down the field. He's got it! Touchdown! Lindsey up the middle and fights his way in.
And in this one, you guessed it, the Jaguars choked in the last minute of the game. 34-27 win. Massive win for the Colts. They play for the AFC South next weekend on CBS against the Titans. That's probably not the national game. What is the national game? I got to think about that. Yeah, I'll think about it in a second. But either way, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence only 2 incompletions, like 165 yards touchdown. I actually want to figure that out. So, is it the Chiefs or the... Okay. Oh, what's the game? Where is it? Oh yeah, Lions and Cowboys. That's the national game next week. I was just thinking. But yeah, I thought the Colts were playing it. They're not. But either way, yeah, Trevor Lawrence, 2 incompletions, 163 yards, touchdown. He really didn't have to throw the ball downfield a lot, but he was super efficient. That's a really good game by him. And yeah, he was able to extend plays really well again. Kind of comes to the running game, they ran it just down their throats. They ran the ball so well. JaMychal Hasty had like a 61-yard touchdown and got blown up on the other 2 plays. Bobby Ogrigo was absolutely horrible in this game. That's why they were able to run the ball like that. And Trevor Lawrence had a QB sneak touchdown, a nice QB power run as well. Jamal Agnew had a nice run in the red zone, and yeah, Christian Kirk not great run, but it was productive on first down. Zay Jones was their leading receiver, could not get downfield whatsoever. Evan Ingram, pretty good game, 5 for 40. He was really good blocking wise. Christian Kirk, 4 for 24 and touchdown. He was definitely their best player today. In terms of overall offensively, obviously their run game was good though. Offensive line played great. Shaquille Griffin, those 7 tackles. I think he could have played a lot better. They just could not get pressure on Matt Ryan. Even when they did, he got the ball out. And Tyson Campbell got dinked and dunked on because again, they're not going to beat him over the top. They just dinked and dunked on him. He made some plays. He made a couple missed tackles, but a lot of targets were to him. Foyce Luke and Audie Cisco was bad. They were just absolutely horrible. Foyce Luke, though, I will say, was pretty good in the run, in helping out in the run game. That was really it. Filling gaps was. Again, Devin Lloyd, gap control is one of the issues with him right now. He really needs to get better with that because he was giving us some pretty big holes. I don't think anyone missed kicks. Yeah, they didn't really have a kick. Yeah. But then for the Colts, I mean, Matt Ryan, really good game, best of the season. 42 58. 389, 3 touchdowns. Deion Jackson, I mean, he was a monster in the receiving game. 10 for 79. He was a absolute bowling ball. But not only that, though, 12 for 42 and a touchdown. He ran the ball like you'd expect him to. Philip Lindsay was horrible on 3 carries. He missed like a blatant hole. That's why he got cut. That's why he didn't get many yards touches. Paris Campbell, best game of his career. You could argue. Of course, Alec Pierce had the clutch touchdown on the last play of the game. Jelani Woods had a nice touchdown. Michael Pittman, huge day. 13 for 134. Defensively, Bobby Okereke, again, I said he could not fill gaps. I think his gap control was actually good. Again, he has really good length. That helps. But Darius Leonard is their whole defense. Like, without him, they don't look good whatsoever. But they did have, like, 4 sacks, so that's pretty good. DeForest Buckner was an absolute monster the whole day. Zaire Franklin, 4 tackles. But, again, he's expected to help out on setting the edge. He wasn't able to do that today. That was a big problem. Other than that, though, I think there's a little concern for this defense, but I think they got it done in the end. That's what I got there. Of course, we'll go to the stats. I mean, pretty even game overall. Obviously, rushing yards went, it was pretty much the opposite here. Sacks were big for the Jaguars. That's one of the reasons they lost. But, yeah, I think their run blocking was amazing. Their pass blocking wasn't so amazing. But, yeah, that's again when you have that aggressive play calling. Overall, pretty even in possession. I think this was a pretty even game. But, again, Jaguars didn't give up 4 sacks and expect to win, and you don't give up any. And, yeah, kind of bad fumble, but it wasn't the worst in the world. Let's get to the keys of the game grades. And for the Jags offense, big plays won't be available unless James Robinson can get going again with a couple of big runs. Big runs were huge. I don't think James Robinson was the main guy there, but again, they all got big runs, so good for them. And better man-to-man blocking as well as broken tackles. Broken tackles was not really a big thing. The man-to-man blocking was good as well, and again, manipulative play calling by Doug Peterson. Big there. Trevor cannot force anything either like last week. He didn't force crap this week. Only 2 incompletions tells you that. Offensively, I'll give them a plus. Again, 4 sacks is really the only issue. But that's, again, because their offensive line was playing so aggressive. They were looking to just blow up the defensive line. They were able to penetrate really well, but, again, they got beat a couple of times. So I'm like, Jesus. But, yeah, a plus for them. The reason I'm not giving 3 pluses is because, again, they didn't really get anything downfield. Again, that play-action game just did not work out well. And Trevor had to, run around a lot. That's how he got those completions. But, again, the Jags receivers made do. Except they could not really get downfield. That's the one issue, I think. That's more play calling, but I think they played well. Jags defense, keep doing what you've been doing since week 2. Trick the QB with what looks like very favorable looks and elite tackling. Their tackling was absolute dog crap, and their looks were like they were just showing them stuff. Dare to throw it, and they do throw it, and they beat them. That's what happened. Their defense was bad. Run game wise, they did what they were supposed to, though. That's not why I give them 5 or 10, but they were just not good. They just did not get it done. For the Colts, though. Meanwhile, for Indy, Colts offense blow the doors off the Jags D-line. Not really. 5 push yards created per run. I actually think they did that on the red zone. That was really it, though. The running backs have to play with the same punishing style as Dameon Pierce of the Texans. Basically the same thing. But again, Matt Ryan had a really good game. So that's why they won it. But yeah, 3 pluses. They really got it done. Colts defense forced Trevor to step up in the pocket and throw the ball off awful arm angles. Yeah, some crappy arm angles. That actually happened a little bit. But again, he made a lot of big throws. Control gas when James Robinson gets out the ball, pitches no. And aggressive approaches against Travis Etienne. They did, and it just did not work out. Defensively, again, I don't think they played well. I have to give them 3 minuses. I think it was more the Jags offense and kind of just like limiting themselves to just running the football points in that game. But again, the Colts defense, they did get pressure, but again, they cannot give up running plays like that. Because this Colts offense will not play like that every week, and if their defense keeps giving up rushing yards like that, especially against the Titans, they're going to get themselves blown out, especially on the road. Let's get to the next game. This game was really interesting. Obviously, the Dolphins, just tough right now for them.
Skylar Thompson and the Miami Dolphins getting set to host Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings on
Sacked. And the Dolphins punted the ball away. Thompson with loads of time. And the pass is caught for a first down by Jalen Waddle from the right hash. Sanders finally gets an opportunity today. And his kick is good. Cousins looking end zone. Throws. Touchdown.
Right now they're struggling, but the floor is good.
52-yard attempt. It is no good. On first down, Bridgewater over the middle, bobbled, and then a diving attempt at an interception, and Harrison Smith, plus this season. Second down and 3 as Cousins lays one up, and it's caught by Jefferson. Down the sidelines and look right, left, now throws up the middle, and the catch is made for a touchdown. First and goal, high snap. Bridgewater throws, end zone, touchdown. Mike Gesicki. Field, Bridgewater on fourth down. Rolling right, throws, it's complete. A first down inside the 40, finally taken down at the 13. Bridgewater's pass complete. And then Waddle loses the football, and it's recovered by Bynum. Here's Cook. Dalvin Cook picks up a first down, still going. Inside the 30. Cook inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown.
Player you have to defend.
Bridgewater slings it on first down. It's picked off, but can't find anyone. Now throws, end zone, touchdown.
And now we're going down to Miami where the Vikings won a huge 24-16 tight battle. Oh yeah, now they're 5-1. I don't think the Vikings are really that good. That's just my opinion on them. They're not that good, but they are 5-1. I'll give them the respect. Dolphins have lost 3 in a row, of course. Tua desperately need him. He'll play against the Steelers on Sunday night next week. But yeah, Dolphins, 3 straight losses. Your defense has just had to carry you. Haven't really done that. Kirk Cousins was pretty good. 20 of 30, 175, 2 touchdowns. Gotta admit, in the red zone, he was absolutely crap. He made some really dumb throws. But again, in the goal line, he was actually pretty decent. That was really it. Didn't only push the ball downfield, it felt like twice again. A couple throws to Adam Thielen maybe, and one to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson was not getting open consistently, but again, he got it done. He had 6 for 107. Really good game. Dalvin Cook really good on the ground. I think they should have handed it to him more, but if that means he's more fresh and he doesn't tear an ACL, by the end of the season, I'm happy. He also had a really nice touchdown, as you saw. Adam Thielen, 4 for 36 and a touchdown. Pretty solid game for him. KJ Osborne was just not getting the ball enough, completely being honest there. Irv Smith, a couple of those were screens, but yeah, a touchdown. Defensively, Jordan Hicks, I think he got a little reliant on, blitzing, but he had 8 tackles in the sack, pretty good for him. Eric Henderson, 7 tackles, didn't get to watch much of him. Dino Hunter, 5 tackles, a sack was menacing. Harrison Smith, not great, 5 tackles in a sack, interception. He's an older guy, I'll put it that way. Karen Bond, Cam Dantzler played phenomenal. Zidane Smith had 2 sacks, best game of his as a Viking for sure. Patrick Peterson, 3 tackles, interception. Played up a lot. That kind of hurt him towards the end of the game, but he played well. They had 6 sacks again, so Patrick Jones 2 sacks. Consistent pressure. Patrick Jones is really good at this point in this season. That's really good there. For the Dolphins, Teddy Bridgewater was able to push the ball outfield, but again, that's because he was getting a lot of pass rush. 23-34, 29, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rough game for him. Skylar Thompson, 7 for 13 and 89 yards. A lot of those were garbage time stats as well. But yeah, Skylar Thompson came in, got hurt, and then yeah, Teddy Bridgewater cleaned up. Running game was absolute crap. Tyreek Hill, 12 for 177. Again, a lot of those were garbage time stats, but he had a good yak game. Jalen Waddle was awesome. Got the fumble at the end, what really killed him. Mike Gesicki, best game, and you could say a while. 6 for 69 and 2 touchdowns. 69, nice. But yeah, other than that, no one really did anything. Defensively, Javon Holland was absolute dog crap. He gave a lot of big plays. Didn't really look that good because, again, it's tough when Xavier Howard has to be one-on-one with the receiver the whole game. And I got to admit, Xavier Howard played well. He did he was pretty consistent, but again, couple of those completions, I'm like, dang, just can't do much about it. But Nick Needham, I think, got hurt. That didn't help as well. Christian Wilkins frustrated season. He's getting triple teamed at points in the game. Jalen Phillips is just not it right now. Lynn Roberts was really good on blitzes though. Raekwon Davis was really their only consistent pressure, even at that. Jason Sanders shanked a field goal as well. Awful kick. Stats. A lot of this is garbage times, but the Dolphins really actually outplayed really well. They actually played well against the blitz. Obviously, 6 sacks isn't good, but they got completions when they needed to. Stats, again, are a little skewed, particularly for the Dolphins. But if you're a Vikings fan, good win for you guys. I wouldn't say you dominated, but you had a good win. They're 5-1. That's all I got for this one. Let's get right to the keys of the game grades. Vikings offense, run the ball 20 plus times so that Kirk has time to hit others, guys like Justin Jefferson, 10 plus targets. Yeah, and his blocking needs to be conservative. The blocking was really conservative. I think that hurt the running game a little, actually a lot, because obviously Dalvin Cook got a 53-yard touchdown. That was really it. But the blocking did kind of get eased off a little because, again, Kirk was just not. He was throwing a lot of quick throws. It just did not look like a great offensive game. I'll give them a plus, though, because, again, they were good. But, again, they can't have that. They had a couple of punts. They actually didn't play that well. But they got it done in the end, so I'll give them a plus. Vikings defense stopped the run early by containing Raheem Mostert. I don't think he got a kick. Yeah, he was not great. The easiest way to do this by controlling gaps on the offensive line, defensive line, yeah. But, again, if a team's able to protect that blitz like the Eagles were able to, they got absolutely blown. They would have absolutely gotten blown out. But Vikings defense, particularly the pass rushers, were really good. I'll give them a plus again. But playing Teddy Bridgewater, a banged up Dolphins team, I don't think they played great, but they played well. Vikings pretty good game. Let's get to the Dolphins. And for this Dolphins offense, I really just say if they are only able to run the ball for 200 yards, if they were to do that, they probably would have won this game. Not even joking, but. Offensively, I'll give them an underscore because they hung in there. But again, they didn't have an answer for blitzes. Well, they kind of did, but it was really just a hit or miss thing for them. But yeah, not terrible game, not great game. Dolphins defense, Xavier Howard needs a lot. Yeah, he did. It worked out somewhat well. I don't think it was great though. Adam Thielen has to be covered by Nick Needham in the red zone. It couldn't happen because again he got hurt. And finally, have Landon Roberts play the B gap just to shut down Dalvin Cook. He got it done, but again that big run. I don't even think he was on the field. Blitzed really well again. Landon Roberts played really well. I actually think Xavier Howard played well enough to win, but. Defensively, I think I don't know. I'll give them an underscore. I think they played okay. But again, nothing big. I just think this Dolphins team was not as talented as the Vikings. That's the reason the Vikings won. Next game, and this one was crazy.
The Pittsburgh Steelers back home and badly in need of a W today. Dumps it out to Harris, and Harris is in. Kenny Pickett's first passing touchdown of his career. Field goals in his career. Looking for 301 now. And he's got it. They got home there and forced a 27-yard field goal try. And Suckup, who hit from 30 earlier, is 2 for... And Pickett fires a strike. Did he get both feet in bounds? Yes. And it's a long one, 55-yarder for Boswell. It hits the crossbar and goes through. Does he have enough? He does. Oh, Steven Sims with some space. It's a foot race. Sims. Once. And Boswell hit from 55 off the crossbar earlier. This one much easier. Brady just 11 of 22 throwing it. Over the middle. How did he fit that in there? My goodness. Easier. Chip shot from 24. And he's perfect today. 4 for 4. He's got all 12. He's going to let it go, and he's hit as he does. And it's caught. Johnson came back to get it.
Number 45. Right? Here comes the blitz. If you're going to hold. Don't let him get in.
For the end zone, caught. Touchdown. Chase Claypool. Evans, but they go underneath to the rookie White, and he has just on this drive for Brady. Underneath Fournette, inside the 10, inside the 5, and into the end zone. Brady, over the middle, batted down.
Claypool right now over the middle as Trubisky searches. And is that ball caught? Yes, it is. It's Claypool again.
The Steelers, they won 2018. I want to puke. Yeah, the Bucs are not great right now. They're offensively challenged. You think the Rams are? Well, they are too. Yeah, the Bucs they looked awful. But yeah, the Steelers, hats off to them. They came in almost as book. They were in the worst situation in the NFL. They come out at home in front of the fans. They win 2018. They're now 2-4. Bucs fall to 3-3. They are just not good offensively right now. Tom, 243 touchdown. Really wasn't terrible, but it couldn't get really much going downfield whatsoever. They couldn't run the ball. They just kept doing it anyway. Chris Godwin actually had a really good game. Mike Evans did not get enough targets whatsoever. And wasn't really getting open. Leonard Fournette, pretty good game receiving, but again, the tight end position is just a huge hole right now. Reliability. Defensively, particularly, being the secondary was atrocious. They were not good whatsoever. Antoine Winfield Jr. looked more like a linebacker. But Levante David, Devin White were menacing. They were really good. Jamel Dean, I think he was actually the only guy in the secondary where I'm could have been worse. D. Delaney, why is he still on a team? Kind of he's kind of talented, but that's really it. Carlton Davis really actually didn't play that bad on Deontay Johnson, but he did not play well. Keanu Neal, 3 tackles. That's what you expect from him. Joe Tryon could not get a sack. Carlton Nassib, I think, Antonio Jr. blitz. But yeah, Carlton Nassib was really their only pressure. I think this Bucs defense did not play well, but offensively, they can't get anything big downfield. Steelers. Kenny Pickett got hurt, and then Mitch Trubisky came in and played better. That's all I got there. Yeah, both fantastic game by the quarterbacks combined. They could not run the ball, but they kept doing it because, again, they have to. Because it's just got to keep them honest. Chase Claypool game, probably his best game in 3 years. Not even joking. Since his game against the Eagles back in Week 5 of 2020, this is his best game since then. Chase Claypool went for 796 on the touchdown. Really good game. Connor Hayward, big completion. Good for him. Deontay Johnson really limited. Same thing with George Pickens. Najee Harris had 1 touchdown. Yeah, first thrown by Kenny Pickett of his career. Terrell Edmonds, I think he was decent. Miles Jack was awesome, and same thing with Devin Bush Jr. He played really well. Pass rush was not great. I mean, Ken Hayward had a sack. Alex Highsmith had a sack, but again, they were just a really limit big plays. Tom Brady was really pissed off, and they were really hold their own in the run game, probably because that defensive line is big, strong, and mighty, and they were able to fit the run really well. Hats off to the Steelers, obviously going to the stats. Yeah, Bucs outgained it, but again, no big plays for them. There were actually some big plays for the Steelers, being completely honest with you. Time possession was literally the same by 1 second. Sacks, really even game overall, but obviously big plays for the Steelers were really the only difference. And for this Bucs offense, I say continue to run the ball like last year. They did, but this didn't work out. Tom Brady has to be able to hit Chris Godwin downfield. Yeah, not just screens. Mike Evans also has to have similar usage as last week. They didn't get the ball to him enough, and again, those big plays just were not there. They got it, and if they were able to run the ball, they would have been there. That's the thing, but they weren't able to because, again, they were not able or willing to change their designs. I think that comes back down to, what is it called? Who's actually their offensive coordinator? Byron Leftwich. He wasn't able to change the blocking assignments. I'm just going to call him that for now because I don't want to go into all this zone crap. But other than others, they did not change the blocking. That's one of the reasons they lost this game. Obviously, they didn't get it done on that 2-point conversion. They were absolutely horrific in the red zone as well. I'll give them 3 minuses. You can't play like that against the Steelers and expect to beat a better team. They're offensively challenged. Bucs defense, though, just don't get complacent on third and long because that's really the only way the Steelers can move the football. You're wrong about that, though, because the Steelers were really able just to put the ball in zones where the defense wasn't. Soft coverages, a lot of time there as well. Bucs defense, I just don't think they played well. I'm not going to give them 3 minuses. You know I will because they were bad in crunch time. But Bucs, you got to be better. When your defense is struggling, you just got to be better. Time for the Steelers. So for the Steelers offense, they did run some unique stuff. I liked it, but Deontay Johnson just cannot get free. It's really sad. But offensive, I'm obviously giving 3 pluses. They played a really good game. Spark, they were energetic. The reason I'm not giving 5, 7, or 10 is because they couldn't run the ball and they didn't really score a ton of points. But 3 pluses for them. Steelers defense, don't get burned over the top. Yep, and gap control is paramount. Hit all boxes. 5 pluses. I won't give them 7 because the ball was able to be moved on them, and also you're not getting a 10. That's crazy. But yeah, 5 pluses. They played a great game. Let's get to the next one. Crazy game, just like this one.
49ers look to keep their foot on the gas as they take on Marcus Mariota and the Atlanta Falcons here in Atlanta.
This is a top-notch unit. 3rd and 3.
Mariota swings it over the middle. It's Zacchaeus with a catch in room. Deep into San Francisco territory and dragged down at the 30. There's a 2nd and goal here for Atlanta. Mariota floats towards the end zone. Hauled in. Touchdown, Michael Pruitt. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be close for Jeff Wilson. Ball came out. Oh, it's picked up by Terrell. And it is touchdown. A scoop and score. A.J. Terrell. And it was poked out by Troy Anderson. Alliteration to handoff. Screen pass. Ayuk. Burst of speed. And he's in. Touchdown. Ayuk. Touchdown. Mariota keeps. He's got the corner. Touchdown. Hello. Quickly steps up. Fires down the sideline. Lot of contact and it's intercepted. Mariota for his progression. End zone. Touchdown. The action. Garoppolo. Dangerous throw. Intercepted. Picked up by Hawkins.
I'm happy because the Falcons lost. I mean, not the Falcons lost. The 49ers lost, and they have to play the Chiefs next week. But again, yeah, the Falcons won. That's how I'll play it. 28-14 win for them. Obviously, a lot of plays had to happen for them. But yeah, 49ers, I mean, Jimmy G was really throwing the ball downfield, pushing it downfield. But 2 interceptions, really bad interceptions as well. 28-14 win for the Falcons, big win for them. Both teams are now 3-3. They couldn't run the ball, and they didn't do it enough because, again, they got down. Brandon Ayuk, 8 for 83, 2 touchdowns. He had a really good game. George Kittle got the ball the same amount. Pretty good game. Deebo Samuel, a couple force feeds, but was pretty good. They didn't run the ball enough with Deebo either. Offensively, again, they just got down, and they had some big 3 brutal, awful turnovers. And again, blocking was not great either. Defensively, I just think they got lit up on the edge. They could not stay with the speed of the Falcons. The Falcons were just a faster team today defensively. They could not set the edge either. But up the middle, they are obviously dominant. They could get sacks. Really limited to anything passing-wise. But when you can't force incompletions and your run defense is really faulty on the edge, it's really hard to win games. Charvarius Ward was like relying on guys like Charles Onwenu and Drake Jackson to set the edge. Didn't work out that well, I'll tell you that. Because again, where's Nick Bosa? Where is Nick Bosa? Did he even play? Yeah, he didn't play. That's one of the reasons why. You can't have those 2 guys starting. I'll put it that way. I'm not super surprised by this, obviously, because, again, the Falcons were just a faster team. But look for other teams to be like that. Obviously, Mariota only one completion, 93% completion. He got it done throwing the ball. 129, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, didn't throw a lot downfield, but if you can do that, and, again, yeah, the run game was not efficient. But when you got Mariota back there running for 15 and a touchdown, you can get away with that. Total yards, nothing. But they have 3 50-yard rushers. Pretty darn good for them. They ran the ball a lot as well. And trust me, some of these were disastrous runs. Drive-killing runs. Bad runs. But it doesn't happen when you don't. It's a lot better when you also can have, like, big completions as well. Receiving-wise, again, these inconsistent plays, but Kyle Pitts had a touchdown. Same thing with Michael Pruitt. They were elite in the red zone as well. Defensively, I mean, they were really good. Rashaan Evans, 7 tackles, really brutal against Deebo Samuel really played well there, but again, he got it done. Troy Anderson, not great, 6 tackles, though. Richie Grant was pretty good. A.J. Terrell, really good. I think Jalen Hawkins had a touchdown, or in the Zale of all the interceptions. I think A.J. Terrell might have had the Tavon return touchdown. Really swings the momentum of the game. Obviously, when you have, hear this, 3 turnovers, and what is it called? Yeah, when you have 3 turnovers, and one of them's a touchdown, it's hard to win a game if you're them. And obviously, time possession went to the Falcons, because they were just taking their sorry old time. And obviously, yardage obviously went to the 49ers. But again, big plays. One of the reasons the Falcons won this game. It's a really weird game as well. They really shortened the game. It seemed like a lot longer than they actually didn't have the ball. But that's what we have for this one. They got ahead early, and they kept it. 14-0 in the first quarter tells you. And obviously, defensive held down in the fourth. Let's get right to the keys to game grades. For the 49ers Dolphins, run the ball for over 5 yards per carry. Maybe shotgun, shallow crosses, meshing with George Kittle, option out on 3rd down. They could not get anything going on the run game because, again, they got down 14-0, 21-7 early. And, again, they tried to get things going. But, again, 3 turnovers won't get them the win. But I got to say, they were able to push the ball downfield a lot better than they have the past couple weeks. I guess I'll give them a minus. Don't think they played particularly horrible. You know, they're about 3 minuses. Because, again, they have 3 bad turnovers. But you just can't have that happen. They can't really afford it either. 49ers defense, though, pressure Mariota at 70% of draft backs, and blow up the run early and often. They didn't really do that. Again, some big run plays and run defense, but they gave up some bad plays. We'll put it that way. Defensively, I'll give them an underscore. I really don't think they played that bad. Let's get to the Falcons. Well, I'll give them a minus because they gave 1 incompletion. Let's get to the Falcons. So I guess the big plays happened, but again, Marcus Mariota was high efficiency in this game. For the Falcons offense, I'm obviously giving 3 pluses. Like they were I wouldn't say perfect, but they played really well for what you expect. And again, 150 plus rushing yards from them on 3 guys, really good. Falcons defense though completely eliminate the running backs out of the backfield with Rashaan Evans sitting on this screen checkdowns. Yeah, blitz on 3rd down to create pressure. AJ Terrell play a matchup, bro. Yep. And make Jimmy G throw into tight windows on short routes. Yeah, they made it really tough for him. If I'm a Falcons fan, I gotta be really happy with how they played defensively. I'm giving 3 pluses again. Again, this could have been a better game. I'll actually give them 5 pluses. But really good game by the Falcons. 49ers, tough one for you guys. Let's get to the next one. I'll just say that.
It's week 6 of the NFL season. What better place to be than Lambeau Field? A couple 3-2 teams, the New York Jets visiting the Green Bay.
Keep an eye on it too. Thanks, Eric. 3rd down. Rodgers has time. Going deep. Far side of the field. It is caught. High snap. Put down, and it's blocked. Man, that is blocked. Fumble the football. I think the Jets got it. Let's see. Really back there. Running around, trying to stay in bounds. Flips it end zone. It is incomplete. And that kick is perfect. And so we've got some points. Line is no good. 3rd down. Pressure up the middle. Rodgers breaks away. Looking around. Throws. Caught for the 1st down. And that's right down the middle. The backfield and a fake. Zach Wilson has a lot of time. He's got a man wide open. It's Davis. And he's got it. Down into the 20. Berrios on the reverse. Gets a great block. Braxton Berrios with the speed. And he is in for the touchdown. Rodgers in trouble again. And he's sacked again by Quinton Williams. Another block punt. This time the Jets have it. With a chance to run in the end zone, and they're going to score! Going end zone, Lazard, he's got it for the touchdown! Inside, and a beauty, Hall running free, Brees Hall inside the 10, he's going to score! Rodgers steps away, looking, firing, knocked away! And the field goal is up and good. 23-yarder from Zerline.
And yup, the Packers' 15 straight regular season home game winning streak is over. The Jets blow them out 27-10. Packers offense is offensively challenged, as I like to say. The Jets are brutal in the running game. Michael Carter was good, but Brees Hall obviously the story. 20 for 116, great touchdown. Braxton Berrios touchdown on the end around. Zach Wilson wasn't good, but it doesn't matter when you can run the ball like this. As well as that, Corey Davis one huge catch. That was literally their whole passing game, though. Defensively, Quincy Williams was a monster. C.J. Mosley was a monster. Jordan Whitehead was not a monster, but it doesn't matter when you have all these other guys making plays. Michael Carter, why do I think he's a corner? Is he a safety? He's a corner. Didn't watch him whatsoever. Quinn Williams had the game of the week. 4 tackles, 2 sacks. He had like 25 million win rates on passes. He was a monster. John Franklin Myers, really good. Sheldon Rankins, really good. Defensively, they were absolutely fantastic. Greg Zono shanked a kick, though. It wasn't really shanked, just missed it. Aaron Rodgers was not good. He missed a lot of wide open receivers, but again, that's because he was looking downfield. Aaron Jones was bad in the running game. He just was bad. H. Jones wasn't that much better. Of course, they had an awful fumble. 26-41, 246 touchdown for Aaron Rodgers, though. This is looking like a 2018 Green Bay Packers because Robert Tonyan, 10 for 90. Good for fantasy, but, like, that's really it. Al Lazard, 2 big catches. He's literally the only guy getting open downfield and receiving. It cannot happen like that. Run with Dobbs. Those stupid little RPO crap you're doing just does not work. And that's really their whole offense because Randall Cobb just wasn't getting open. Defensively, the gap control, like how big the gaps got, that wasn't really the problem. It was the fact that tackling was absolutely crap and the pursuit was god awful. And they cannot get pressure when you cannot. It was not good. I'll put it that way. Stats, I mean. It was even yardage wise, dead even. Oh yeah, Mason Crosby had a kick blocked, and they had a fumble return for a touchdown. So basically they had a block. If you're a Packers fan, they had a fumble loss. I think it was in their own territory. They had a block kick and a block punt for a touchdown. Take that off the board. Yeah, it's only, what is it called? 20-10. They probably win that game if that play doesn't happen. The special teams was atrocious. They got outran by a lot. Tackling was absolutely awful. This was not a good game to watch. No joke. It was not a good game. Packers actually controlled the ball for longer. But again, they had 3 terrible plays. That was really the whole game again. Aaron Rodgers left a lot of the crap on the field. And obviously, the Jets were more physical in this game. But again, Packers are a better team in my opinion. But yeah, the Jets were just more physical and they took advantage. They were 10 times better on special teams. Now let's get to the keys to the game grades for this one. And for these Jets, run the ball 20+ times with Brees Hall. Yup, but 5+ touches with Michael Carter in the red zone. Yeah, I don't know about that, but he got touches. Zach Wilson has to step up when it comes to those downfield attempts, as he hasn't attempted many of those tough but very important throws. Yeah, he hit those throws he needed to downfield. Of course, that big one of Corey Davis was really the only one that stood out. But offensively, obviously give him 3 pluses. I don't care how bad your receiving game is, but I think it was more the special teams as well, but they got it done offensively. They were able to move the football. Jets defense, buckle up for a tough physical run game. Nope. Put a terribly weak passing attack. They were ready for both. Defensively, get 3 pluses again. Jets played a really good game. Yeah, I could be overrating their offense. I don't really care. They're 4-2. Let's get to the Packers. Okay, for Green Bay, run off the ball until the Jets literally fully commit to the run. Yeah, they couldn't do that. And play action and RPOs to create yardage for the receivers. They didn't really create yardage. They just sucked. Packers, obviously 3 minuses. They were actually able to move the football. The problem was they did not run the ball early enough, and they weren't able to run it efficient enough because the offensive line got absolutely manhandled. Yeah, Packers even took 5 sacks and 5 TFLs in the first half. Other than getting absolutely outmanned, and they did not fit the run really well, they actually weren't absolutely awful. That's why I only give them a minus. But again, it did not help that they were awful in pursuit, and their tackling was really bad. But again, wasn't really schematically. The talent wasn't terrible. It's just the pursuit was bad. It wasn't just effort. It was just terrible. And you gotta be better tackling. That's what I got there. Let's get to the next one.
Welcome to MetLife Stadium, Week 6 of the NFL on CBS. Wink Martindale used to be with the Ravens. Now he's the Giants DC, his boss with John Harbaugh. Now he's part of the opposition. That's one of the many storylines today in Jersey. Next. Nice fake. Jackson in his eyes. First down. Jackson. Diving attempt. Is it clean? It is.
It's the 3rd catch of the year for Josh Oliver. Look at it get through the
56-yarder from Tucker. Leans into it. Hits the post. Fake on the pass. Step up in the pocket. Jackson has room to run. Jackson will duck out of bounds at the shotgun snap on a give. Slicing Kenyon Drake. Turns on the speed. Touchdown. Jones dials it up, swing pass, open, bobble. The difference in how teams were playing him. Kenyon Drake busting it to the outside. 34-yarder. Automatic. Jones straight to the ball. Tucker nails it to give Baltimore a 13-7 advantage.
Don't find anyone else downfield.
34-yarder. Gano splits the uprights. In the backfield, Duvernay in motion. Fake it. Jackson's got a running lane. Oh! Abracadabra move by Jackson. Jackson. Floater. Catch. Andrews. Touchdown. 2nd down and 7. Fake it. On the boot. Jones throws. Touchdown. Oh, he lost the football. Scoops it back up. Jackson throws. Intercepted. Giants have it with Julian Love. Love weaving through. Great up defense here on 1st and goal. Handoff up top. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley. 2nd and 10. Jackson loses the ball. Pop free. The ball still rolling around. The Giants jump on it.
Short amount of time.
Extra offensive lineman handed off. Barkley spin move. He should go down after the 1st down, and he will.
Cannot believe I'm saying this. The New York freaking football Giants are 5-1. Yeah, 24-20 2-score, 10-point fourth quarter comeback win against, you guessed it, the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have choked 3 games this year. They could very well be 6-0, but Lamar Jackson has been pure dog crap in those 3 games of the fourth quarter. But yeah, he went 17 of 32, 210, touchdown, interception. This game was really won by the Giants fourth quarter. God-awful interception, terrible fumble. Take those 2 plays out, the Ravens won this game. Or maybe not win this, but it would be a good game. They ran the ball really well. Jacob Dobbins was not good in the first half. That's why they benched him. He was missing holes. He wasn't explosive. Mark Andrews really good, 7 for 103, 7 for 106 and a touchdown. So they likely, of course, with that crazy catch. Other than that, probably the catch of the week. That was really it. Defensively, Geno Stone was actually pretty good. Chuck Clark really good at limiting the running game, especially out wide. Patrick Queen really good. Travis Jones, who had his first career sack. Justin Matabuke had a sack. Calais Campbell had a sack. They limited Saquon. Again, in the fourth quarter, they could not hold, which you kind of expect because they were holding the whole game. But for the Giants, Daniel was actually really good. 19 of 27, 173, 2 touchdowns. They weren't giving him anything downfield, but it was hitting throws he needed to. Saquon 3.8 per carry kind of tells the story, but slid on the last play of the game kind of tells you how unselfish he is at this point in his career. Dino Bellinger, 5 for 30 touchdown. He cannot be a receiving receiver, but Wino Robinson had a touchdown. Good for him. Other than that, no one get open. Davis Sills, what is it called? Had 1 catch for 8 yards. I'm kind of surprised he didn't get more targets because he was getting open, but whatever. Fabian Moreau. Let me say this. He was toasted like a pancake. Or not pancake. He was toasted like, I don't even know, a marshmallow at points in this game. But he didn't give up and he kept playing well. Steve McKinney, oh God. Really good in coverage, but it was absolute awful. I mean, awful in pursuit and contained in the run game. That's all I'll say there. Julian Love was fantastic. Had an interception. Obviously there. Came on Thibodeau, had a really big sack in that forced fumble that technically ended the game. Or what is it called? Not technically. Essentially ended the game. Jalen Smith, Jake Crowder, pretty good up the middle, and obviously Dexter Lawrence is a monster. He had a sack. Yards-wise, I think it actually went to the Ravens. If I'm not yet, it did. They had 406 yards. But dang. Daniel Jones didn't have a rush attempt, did he? They just got it done in the fourth quarter. That's why the Giants won this game. And I'm just getting into the keys to the game grades. Ravens offense, get the ball to Jacob Dobbins most times. They didn't do that enough. More zone reads. Yep, on short yards, Jones. Lamar will need more consistent downfield. He needs to be more consistent downfield with better footwork and rhythm. The receivers cannot rely on blocks and screens to get downfield. Yep, they didn't. But Lamar was absolutely dog crap in the fourth quarter. I gotta give him a minus. Other than that, though, they were able to move the football against a pretty good Giants defense. Again, Kenny Drake should have got 20 more carries. But they were able to score 20 points. I actually think they played well, but again, fourth quarter was actually pure crap for Lamar. That's really the reason they lost. Ravens defense, though. Blitz Daniel Jones with Patrick Queen and Adafe Owe. Yup. I don't even know if Adafe Owe played. Use the strength of their defense to pound Saquon and discourage him from bursting through the what I expect to be little holes in the A and B gaps. They played perfectly until that fourth quarter. I'll give them an underscore. I actually think they played really well against Saquon, but again, Daniel Jones had a lot of completions left on the field. That's kind of a problem. But, yeah, they played pretty decent. Let's get to the next one. Let's get to the Giants. For the Giants offense, someone other than Saquon has to step up for the first quarter. Did not happen. Davis Sills has to have a good game in terms of productivity. 5 for catches, 50 yards. Daniel Jones actually was pretty good again. Saquon kind of got at the end of the game. They actually didn't play that great overall, but they were able to drive when it mattered. Offensively, I'll give them a plus. Again, drove when it mattered. Giants defense, contain Lamar. Yep. Jake Crowder was not the mic. I can tell you that 1,000%. O'Shane Simmons came and Thibodeau. They weren't containing well, but didn't matter because the end of the game helped out. This might give 5+ yards of run game. Yeah, they had some big 5-yard runs. But obviously, this defense didn't play perfect, but I will give them 3 pluses because, again, they made the 3 biggest plays of the game. That sack on Lamar, that pick on Lamar, and that fumble on Lamar were the game. Other than those plays, they weren't perfect. But when you make those 3 big plays, you find yourself at 5-1. Let's get to the next game. Wasn't perfect, but hey, they got it done.
And we welcome you to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, where today the Los Angeles Rams are back home to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Here's McCaffrey once more. McCaffrey to the edge, has the speed and the stiff arm. 3rd and 16. McCaffrey, tough catch. What a good snap and hold. Piñeiro's 42-yard try is good. Panthers, Stafford sets up for Kupp. Kupp weaving through traffic. Cooper Kupp all the way into Panther territory. Down to the 40-yard line and a first down. Stafford, Robinson, jump ball, touchdown. Stafford to the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante.
Deontay Jackson is first of the year and a pick six for 26. Stafford under pressure on the roll, and Stafford throws to a sliding Cooper Kupp. Oh, here comes the heat up the middle. Stafford to the sideline. Robinson, a jump ball again, just like in the end zone. Robinson able to get up. We're knotted at 10. Here's Skoranek on the sweep. Skoranek will take it in, hopping in.
McCaffrey out of the backfield on those option routes.
Here's McCaffrey out of the backfield, and Jalen Ramsey says, I'm ready for you. Second and goal. Henderson tries the right side, powering towards the goal line, in for the touchdown. And stuffed. Second and 10.
Ramsey
and a blitz and a sack. Back-to-back weeks. Yards, and that was a little toss to McCaffrey. Short toss to McCaffrey here to the 35-yard line. He'll turn the corner, and McCaffrey down the sideline. Christian McCaffrey inside the 30. Cuts it back inside for the end zone. Deflected. Is it intercepted? It went through the hands of Jones. Diving to make the pick is Nick Scott.
And yeah, my Rams were coming out top 24-10 over the Panthers. Panthers fought at one time. They're the worst team in the NFL record-wise at this point of the season. Rams were 3-3. They got a bounce-back win. They're going to the bye limping. I'll put it that way. Their offensive line was a bunch of garbage cans by the end of the game. Not even joking. Philip Walker was awful. They couldn't do crap offensively. CMC was their all of offense. I hope he can come over to the Rams and give them some of that offense. But CMC was literally, again, their whole offense. No one else did crap. Jacob Easton had an interception in the end zone. Ian Thomas also had a nice 16-yard completion. That was literally the whole offense again. Corey Littleton's 6 tackles actually was pretty good. Other than that, though, I mean, their defense played really well. Overall, they were really able to limit the Rams. Their pass rush was good. Their run defense was really good. Brian Burns and Turgos Matos were menacing off the edge, but again, Derek Brown. Without him, their run defense is, I don't even know what it would be. Shaq Thompson was good as well in cleanup. Tanya Jackson, of course, had the pick 6. For the Rams, I mean, yeah, Matt Stafford, pretty productive games. 26 of 33, 253 touchdown interception, of course. His pick 6 out. Probably scored 31, 38 points. The run game was not good, but they were kind of create plays with it, obviously, with the other guys. But Darrell Henderson maybe gets more carries and was good, but I don't think he just didn't play that well. They didn't really run the right runs as well. But again, Cooper Kupp, really good game, 7 for 80. I mean, maybe not really good game, but he had a pretty good day. Allen Robinson finally getting used the right way. Those jump balls tells you he is a jump ball receiver. Brandon Powell, good game. I like what they're using there. Bench right, they keep using him like that. This offense will score more points. Defensively, Ernest Jones was awesome. Bobby Wagner, awesome. Jalen Ramsey, it's not a crazy sack. Marquise Copeland had a sack as well. Nick Scott had an interception. Aaron Donald hasn't really done a ton. Did he even play? Yeah, he played. He had 4 assists. That tells you something. Other than that, their defense was great. Stats, Rams got most of the yardage, obviously. 3 points were scored by that Panthers offense as well. Rams obviously had a ton of these stats, but overall it was really a pretty good game by the Rams. Of course, the pick 6 didn't help, but yeah, let's get right to the keys to Green Bay for this one. And obviously for the Panthers offense, run the ball for over 200 yards, not even close. DJ Marsh go for 152 touchdowns. No, absolutely no. Offensively, I'm giving them 5 minuses. CMC can't be your whole offense. That's all I got there. Panthers defense. Keep up the rampant pressure by getting the offense into long yard situations. Again, their defense is giving on a score. They played pretty well. Honestly, they actually got the job done. But obviously, Rams didn't play great. But again, they got on top 24-10. Panthers defense played pretty well. Let's get to the Rams. Okay, for my Rams, I said 20 plus runs with Darrell Henderson Jr. They didn't really get that done. Offensively, we'll give them a plus because, again, they're able to make creative plays. They were able to move the football pretty well. But again, against better teams, you don't really know. But again, this Rams offensive line was a piece of trash cans by the end of the game. You got to realize that. And the Panthers defense played pretty well. Rams defense, though, just no big plays. Yeah, 5 pluses. The Rams offense really got it going in the first half. Really good ball control. But again, their defense held the whole game. They did their job. Let's get to the next one. Cardinals, you suck.
Seattle, the scene. The Birds are coming at you. It's another go-round. And Murray on a 3rd and 4. Murray keeps. And Murray with a lot of running room. There goes Kyler. There's an injury to their starting kicker. And from 23 yards away. Big snap. Kenneth Walker takes the direct snap. And all the way across the 45.
Surprise them with the run.
So the defensive substitution. Both teams going up tempo. And there's Kenneth Walker. By Jason Myers. And the kick is good. He nails it. Smith will keep. A lot of running room for Geno Smith. There is Jason Myers is 3 for 3. Murray on the move. He's going to keep it down the sideline. Weave inside to get the first down of Kyler Murray. Here's Dodson.
Officials, that couldn't have been the call.
Walker with some tough runs. Kenneth Walker. The kick is good. Coming. Murray will keep. He'll run. And the ball's out. And the Seahawks have it. It's 4th sack of this game for the Cardinals. In trouble. Dixon. He's going to be nailed. Kenneth Walker. Walker with a move to the goal line. Kenneth Walker. And that's a Seahawk touchdown. On 4th and 2. Murray backpedaling. And the Seahawks bring him down. To throw deep down the middle of the field. And knocked away at the last moment. Down the sideline and gets a takeaway. Tariq Woolen.
Oh yeah, Cardinals are 2-4. Obviously, they traded for Robbie Anderson, so their receiving core is gonna be a lot better. But maybe not a lot better. Whatever. They're gonna actually have a guy who can get downfield. Cardinals offense. Jesus, you're awful. Scored 3 points. Yeah, 19-9 win for the Seahawks. They're 3-3. Their defense carried them. Their offense didn't really do much. But obviously, what is called Kenneth Walker looked good. Kyle Murray, 23-37, 222 interception. He's literally their whole offense. I don't know what else to say. They couldn't run the ball with anyone else. They tried, didn't work out. Zach Ertz was actually pretty good. Marcus Brown, pretty protected game, 5 for 68, but again, couldn't get cracked down in the red zone. They were like over 3 or 4 on 4th down. Defensively, I mean, Xavier Collins held really well. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, really good in this box, but when you rely on Justin Simmons to make some plays that he just won't be able to go, I don't know, going against Tyler Lockett on a 3rd down on a crucial play, you kind of want, I don't know, Byron Murphy on him. Yeah, Duke and Mecca, Marco Wilson can cover him for all I care. Because, yeah, he actually had a really good game. Marco Wilson played really well. Some big plays. But obviously, they had, 3, 4, 5 sacks. They got a lot of pressure. Maybe not consistent pressure, but they got a lot of pressure. Honestly, I don't think this defense played that bad. For the Seahawks, they ran the ball really, just punishing running style by Kenneth Walker. They weren't able to really give him much space, but again, punishing running style. Geno Smith pretty inconsistent, wasn't great. 20-31, 197. TK Metcalf had 2 catches for 34 yards, whatever. No fan for 6 for 45. Expect that from him. Tyler Lockett had 2 catches for 17 yards. He was even worse. He wasn't really getting open though. He had a couple plays where just wasn't getting a lot of looks he liked. Jordan Brooks 5-6 tackles. Good run game. Didn't really contain Kyler though. Ryan Neal 6 tackles, sack, pretty good. Puna Ford, Quinn Jefferson, Shelby Harris, General Wilson. I mean, all those guys are getting pressure. Darrell Taylor's struggling mightily, though. Even though, wait, never mind. He had a sack. What am I saying? I'm thinking Boyd Mafe. Boyd Mafe still started the season. Quandre Davis was really good in coverage. Tariq Woolen, has a pick, but again, got burned a lot. Had 5 tackles, though. We look at the stats for this one. Yards was pretty even. I actually think this is a pretty even game, obviously, but other than the Cardinals touchdown on that block punt, I mean, 1 for 5 on 4th down is abysmal, and that's just all I got for this one. Let's get right to the keys of the game grades for both teams. And for this Cardinals offense, run the ball like you did in the 4th quarter last week, inside zones and zone reads. They tried that again. They did not. They were awful on 3rd and 4th down. They just cannot happen. Offensive 3 minuses. Reason I'm not giving them 5 or not 7 or 10 is because they actually removed the football somewhat again. You don't actually give them 5 minuses. They were awful. Cardinals defense. Whatever you need to do to actually finish sacks and not give up big plays, do it. Yeah, defensively, they got it done. They were the real deal. 3 pluses. Again, could have been a little better, but they did not let Kenneth Walker have a lot of big plays. He had to play a really good game. Let's get to the Seahawks. Okay, Seahawks offense. Kenneth Walker, 15 plus consistent carries. Absolutely. Play action rhythm that has been working, so continue it. Not well, though. As well, use Tyler Lockett like you've done the past 2 weeks. Particularly with Geno Smith. He threw like 1 deep ball to him. It didn't work out. You got to give him more than 1. If you give him 3 shots, he'll catch 1. Which means probably a touchdown. So that's what I got there. Offensive, I'll give them an underscore. I actually don't think they played well whatsoever. But again, Kenneth Walker, hard game for him, but he played well enough to win. That's what I got there. But they didn't play well whatsoever. Seahawks defense. Keep Kyler in the pocket. Yeah, not really. Taylor and General also have to have decisive to beat the tackles of the Cardinals. Darrell Taylor was not decisive, but he had a sack. I actually think he played pretty well. Bounce back game for him, but obviously. Seahawks defense, pretty good. I'm not going to give them 5, but I'll give them 3 pluses. Obviously, they didn't do anything really that special other than limit big plays, which are huge. Other than that one run by Kyler on the first play of the game, or first drive for the Cardinals. That's what I got there, though. Let's get to the rematch. It was what we expected.
Mahomes takes the field. Arrowhead as raucous as ever as the 4-1 Buffalo Bills get set for that rematch game against the 4-1 Kansas City Chiefs. Hello.
Every once in a while, but consistently you're going to be in phase.
Oh, McKenzie didn't see him coming, and the ball squirts ahead.
Reposition going downfield.
2nd and 10, and he's got Hartman. Buying time. And it's intercepted in the end zone. No, yes. Takeaway. Came in tied for most in the league as Allen looks down the field. Got an open target. That kick is good. Kelsey's not in for this play. Mahomes is dancing around. Now finds an open man. It's Smith-Schuster bouncing off the hit. And here he goes to the end zone for the touchdown. Here they come. Blitz pass. End zone. Incomplete. Allen sees that one-on-one. He's going to him. It's Gabe Davis again for the touchdown.
Incredible what these guys can do.
McKinnon.
It's a quick throw right away, so now they're playing correctly. Now down and timeout.
Kelsey dives. Big and win right into it. Butker drills it. Is it long enough? It is! Butker, watch out. Right over the top, and it's wide of the mark. Allen's hit his last 8 passes. Looking for Diggs in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Edwards-Helaire in stride. It's Smith-Schuster breaking tackles again. He's looking down the middle, looking for other options. Oliver comes in. Oh, and he gets it away for the touchdown. Yeah, that just a chip shot. A little late on that.
You didn't say it right there. You can do a little option. Something to the outside.
It is the sneak, and it's the first. Kansas City here. Here comes Allen with the keep and the lead. Oh, what a run by Josh Allen. Here comes Allen. Looking long. Throws to the end zone. And the ball is caught. First and 10. Almost intercepted. And that's Taron Johnson.
And yup, in the rematch, the Bills came on top 24-20 over the Chiefs. The Bills are now 5-1. They've won, what was it, 3 straight? Yeah, they're pretty good. I'll put it that way. Chiefs obviously 4-2. This game just tells us the Bills are a really good team. Obviously, they won this. Gonna bump them up in the power ratings, obviously. But yeah, Bills are a really good team. It was a really good game. Josh Allen really get 27, 43, 29, 3 touchdowns. Did pass to a couple completions, but again, worked out in the end. He had that crazy run, obviously, but held in check other than that. Devin Singletary, 17 for 85, good game. Stephon Diggs was awesome, 10 for 148 and a touchdown. Gabe Davis scores with that bomb touchdown. Dawson Knox had the game go-ahead touchdown. Defensively, DeMar Hamlin was good. I gotta admit, as much as I do not like Kyer Elam, he had a big interception, played pretty well. 5 mil, 2 sacks. He was a menace. Shaq Lawson also had a sack. The interior pressure wasn't great, though. I gotta say that. Teron Johnson, and again, yeah, had the game-clinching interception as well. Kicking-wise, special teams was pretty good. And obviously the Chiefs. Almost 25, 43, 38, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Interceptions on the first and last drive, that's usually not going to get you in. They couldn't really run the ball that consistently or well as in that fashion. Juju, best game as a Chief, 5 for 113 and a touchdown. Travis Kelce, 8 for 108, good game. McCole Hardman, pretty good game for him, 3 for 42 and a touchdown. Other than that, no one really got that much open. Yeah, Sky Moore had a 1 catch for 24 yards. That was really it. Defensively, Nick Bolton, 9 tackles, pretty good. Joshua Williams was not great. Same thing with Jalen Watson. But L'Jarius Sneed, I think, played pretty well. Justin Reed could have been better, but he wasn't awful. They only had 1 sack, Chris Jones, but again, that wasn't terrible. And of course, they had a fumble recovery. Of course, turnovers. The Chiefs had 2 picks, really the difference. But obviously, very even game. Yardage was pretty close. I mean, you know what? The Bills had like 40 more yards, or yeah. But again, it was a really close game. The thing I definitely think the run game was a big difference, and obviously, what is it called? Turnover. That was really the difference in this one. That's what I got, though. Let's get right to the keys to the game grades for both teams. And for this Bills offensive, run the ball early. Yup. Can concentrate on Jalen Watson to create a one-on-one against Stephon Diggs. Yup. If Gabe Davis can have a repeat of last year, that would be great. He didn't have quite as good as a game, but obviously had a pretty good game. Offensively, I'm gonna give him three pluses. Again, they struggle at times to get it going, but they were able to move the ball pretty well. Bills defense actually get pressured. Yup. And no big plays. They had some big plays though. That's the one difference. I'll give them a plus. 3 pluses too. They played really well defensively as well, but again, they were big plays, which is a little concerning, but again, they helped Patrick Mahomes pretty well in check, and they had a really good game defensively. The scheme was really good as well as play calling was off the charts by Leslie Frazier. Now let's get to the Chiefs. And for Kansas City, Chiefs offense, Mahomes needs to utilize his legs like last year, not so much, and slow down the Bills' pass rush with a converted single back run game. They didn't really do that a lot, which is I was a little shocked by. But again, the running game was pretty good, and the Bills' pass rush didn't really get slowed down so much. Offensively, I'll give them a plus though, because they were really able to put up points. But again, they moved the football well. But big plays were really a big thing for them. But you gotta admit, like they weren't really that great on offense. But they played well. Chiefs defense just don't give them 40 points. I think they held well. Actually, I'll give them 3 pluses. They played really well most of the game. Again, towards the end, whatever. But Again, they were able to hold. They were able to force a big turnover in the first half. They really did not let the Bills offense do a lot. That's just how it was. But yeah, good game for the Chiefs. Let's get into Sunday Night Football. Obviously, this one was a little wild.
And good Sunday night from one of America's best sports cities. Philadelphia, what a weekend it's been. And they cap it off at sold-out Lincoln Financial Field. Hurts, Brown, first down, a lot more. Watkins in motion. Sanders on the run to the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Fake to Elliott for the 25. Throw in the middle, in traffic, deflected, and intercepted. Hurts pulls it, throws it to Brown. With a step in the secondary, he will score. Longest field goal this early season. Middle of the field open, 3rd and 9. Rush throws, intercepted by Slay. And Slay made its second field goal attempt of the night. Good from 51. And good from 34. 30 yards, Dallas on the board. Clemson in his 3rd year. It's the guy in from Gardner Johnson. Zeke's got a block. Zeke on the run. Ezekiel Elliott will score. The extra lineman winds up to lead block. Rush fakes it, throws it. Ferguson, the move, the end zone. The Cowboys within. Just the 3rd completion of the second half. Eagles go quick. Hurts reads it, throws it. Touchdown, Devontae Smith. And on the inside, Miles Sanders is stopped. 2nd and 8. Rush downfield. CeeDee Lamb open. It's underthrown. And it's scooped. And did that in 2019. This is from 59 yards. It's got the length. And it's no good.
And on Sunday Night Football, the Eagles are now 6-0. They were able to knock off the Cowboys 26-17. It was a big win for them. Yeah, the Cowboys are now 4-2. They're 3rd in the NFC East, ironically. But yeah, that's what you got there. Cooper Rush was pretty good, 18 of 38, 180. My bad. Cooper Rush was not pretty good, 18 of 38, 181, and touchdown, 3 interceptions. If you haven't really realized, cannot throw the ball downfield that well. That's why he's back up. Tony Pollard was awful. I'll put it that way. He was really bad. He had one nice run, and other than that, he missed a lot of big holes. Eagles made him punish. But Zeke was really good. He played really well. That's what I got there. CeeDee Lamb 5 for 68 got open pretty well, honestly. Jake Ferguson had a nice touchdown. Other than that, no one really could do a lot. I mean, Michael Gallup got tripled. Noah Brown actually got doubled a couple times. A lot of those underneath throws just were not open for him. Defensively, Malik Hooker was literally their only good guy in the run game. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, Michael Parsons is pretty good, but man, Malik Hooker was making a lot of tackles. I'll put it that way. Yeah, Johnson Golston had a sack. Good for him. I mean, same thing with Dante Fowler Jr. George Armstrong had a really good play, but it wasn't on the sack. Osa Odighizuwa had 1 tackle. That was a little concerning. Trayvon, he got absolutely torched. He was not good. Overall, this defense actually didn't play super bad. They actually played pretty well, but 20 points in the first half was not good. For the Eagles, I mean, they actually threw a lot of good check down plays. 15 of 25, 155, 2 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. They did not run the ball whatsoever well in the second half. That's one of the reasons they only scored 6 points in the second half. And they got shut out in the third quarter. But in the first, and the reason they scored 20 in the second was obviously because their defense forced so many turnovers. But as well as that, they were able to move the football really well in that second quarter. If they were able to continue to run the ball well, again, the blocking just decreased, really. That was what it was, a big difference. But Miles Sanders, 18 of 71 for a touchdown. No one else really got a ton of touches. I mean, Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell, 11 for, I don't even know, 3.9 yards per carry. I don't even know. A.J. Brown, 5 for 67 touchdowns. Didn't get open consistently, but had a couple big plays. Devontae Smith was pretty good. And that was really their whole passing offense. I mean, yeah, Jack Stoll had a nice long catch as well. Chauncey Gardner had 2 interceptions. Darius Slade had an interception. James Bradbury was really good. The whole defense played really well. That's what I got there. Obviously, the run defense could have been better, but who cares at this point? Yardage, Cowboys actually outgained them, ironically. But again, second half, Eagles' offense was atrocious. I mean, that one wasn't atrocious. It wasn't very good. They had more time possession again because they were just running the ball in the second half. It really felt like. And again, three turnovers to 0 turnovers. Really the difference there. Let's get right to the keys to the game grade for both teams, though. For this Cowboys offense, I said you actually have to score 20 plus points, 35 plus minutes possession, 170 plus 5 plus rushing yards. They didn't get any of those done. That's why I'm giving them 3. I'm giving them a minus. The reason I'm not giving them 3 minuses is because again they were actually able to move the ball pretty decently through the air in the second half, and as well as that, the run game really got going. They're actually able to start stuff up, but they can't throw 3 interceptions and they expect to win a game. Cowboys defense. Blitz Jalen Hurts like the Cardinals did last week in the second half. They're actually able to do that pretty well. They used outside leverage and B-gap. First half, they were not. Second quarter, they were an absolute disaster. But other than that, they were pretty good. I'll give them an underscore. They played pretty well, but again, they did not play well enough to win overall in the thought of the game. Let's get to the Eagles. And for Philly, Eagles offense dead in that throw approach until a big play presents itself. They did take those then throw, but again, they just could not really get those big plays going, especially in that second half because the run game just was not good whatsoever. For that reason, I'll give them an underscore because again, they only scored 6 points, a touchdown in the second half, which is not good enough. Obviously, scored the most. I'll actually give them a plus because they did score 3 touchdowns on the Cowboys, but that was not that great. That was not a great second half performance. Eagles defense though, no big runs, and they'll keep the Cowboys offense at bay. Yep, they were able to. I'll give them 3 pluses. They were far and away the best part of this game, but obviously they could have been a little better in terms of the underneath parts. They kind of got a little complacent there, but they were pretty good. Obviously, Monday Night Football recap coming out soon. But yeah, that's really it for this one. Let's get right to the wrap up. And that'll just about do it for this Week 6 NFL Sunday recap. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, just see you in the next one.
He got it.